Stranger Things star Grace Van Dien is turning down acting projects after alleged sexual advances from a movie producer. Here's what she had to say.
All right, let's check it out.
Steven, you asked if I have any acting projects coming up. I've actually turned down, in the last 2.5 weeks, I've turned down 4 movies. Because here's the thing. I've seen that some people are upset with me for turning down acting projects and deciding to stream more. But the fact of the matter is, the last few projects I've worked on, I didn't have the best experiences with some of the people I had to work for. And with streaming, I get to choose who I hang out with, who I talk to, etc., etc. Yeah. One of the last movies I did, one of the producers asked me to, he hired a girl that he was sleeping with, and then he had her ask me to have a threesome with them. So, that's my boss. And then I didn't, and I cried, and I was so upset. But it's when people are like, how is streaming better for your mental health? That's how. I get to stay inside my home and play video games, and I don't have my boss asking me to have sex with them. So that's how this is better for my mental health.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. But I handled it the right way. I told my management, I told my castmate, she was there with me, and she was like, did I just hear that correctly? And I was like, yeah. She was like, you want to go take a walk? I was like, yeah. And we had a miserable time. We cried a lot on that shoot. But yeah, that's why I'm going to stick to streaming for a little bit. And I hope that's not a huge wrench in your plans for me.
For me.
But I'm happy here. And I'm developing my own projects, and I'm hoping that someone decides to fund them, because then I can be in control of my own set, and I'm not going to ask my actors to sleep with me. So, that's cool, right?
Yep. So yeah, that, if I'm saying the name, I know the last name is was it Grace? Is it Grace Van Dien? And yeah, babe, what do you think about this whole that situation? Because you remember her from Stranger Things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that's what was it? Something Chrissy. Because I was trying to sing the song, Chrissy, wake up. That's why I was trying to remember that name. And I was like, man, she seems like a very nice person. You can tell that situation really, really got to her, to the point where it's and I'll bring something up a little bit later, but I want to get your opinion on it. When you've heard about this, what do you think about this whole situation right now?
I mean, I see why she would want to step away.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that with time and some healing for her, that she's able to venture out, and maybe with her management make some new boundaries and I don't know what the right word, but to want to want to work on projects again in the right setting. I hope that it's not a permanent thing for her, but I totally get her needing to just get away from it for quite some time.
Yeah, I agree. And I put that in the chat. Do you think that when taking a step back, do you think this is going to hurt her career moving forward? When I asked that question, the reason why I'm asking it like that, because change moves slowly, especially in an organization like as big as Hollywood, and how people have been used to being able to take advantage of people. I am in no way or shape or form saying that she should have done it, especially if she didn't want it. If she wanted to do it, that's fine. Let it, you want to do it, that's fine. But one of the things that I think is messed up is this scenario. For all we know, and this is a messed up scenario, not saying that producer, that guy that solicited her like that or made that pass at her like that would be like to the next person, oh yeah, you want to hire her for your movie because she does not even that. Let's say for the sake of argument that let's say she said yes, and then his recommendation to the next person would be, she's a great actress. You want her for your, like, you know, wink, like, you know how creeps are. You wink, wink. You want her for your set, and that could have led to a great career. But at what cost? She calculated it, and she was like, no. Even if this leads to like fame and fortune and whatever in the future, no. My standards, my mental health, and all that stuff, and it sucks because there's been a lot of people that probably have said yes to that, and it worked, and that maybe it worked out in the future, and they regret it later. Probably there's a bunch of people who said yes to it, and it didn't work out, and they definitely regretted it later. But it's the sucky thing is there's a lot of people who have done things like that, or felt like they had to do things like that, and have gone on to have good careers, and there's probably way more that have had bad like mental health issues and just and stress and stuff like that. I always say that even if the internet gods were to come down and say, I always compare it to like the freaks and flamers is what I call them. I won't say their real name on YouTube. How I won't turn my channel into a toxic everything. I want to talk about everything that I hate channel, even though I know that that's going to give me the clicks and stuff like that. And even if the internet gods were to get, if you do this, what did the devil say to Jesus? I'll get all this will be. I'll give this to thee if you do this for me, kind of a thing. Like, no, it's not worth it. And if that's where your standards are, I'm glad she stuck up for herself and she didn't do it. I hope she doesn't play the what if I did game and all that, because it's not. It'll drive you nuts. And I'm glad that she's sticking up for herself, and I'm glad she's producing for herself and gonna be her own boss. Because I hope that she gets all the support, and I hope you guys are following her on Twitch, and I hope that she crushes it. The question that I really have for you is, should she name this person, or should she just stay the course and be like, you know what, not going to say the person's name, just moving forward? What do you think? What would you think she should do, babe?
I mean, it's what she feels is best for her mental health. If it's not something that she wants to deal with, as in wants to put that out there because she knows what will come with that, she may not want that on. She may not want to have that kind of spotlight on her and have to deal with what could be legal loss, in the court, things like that. That may be something that she knows my mental health can't handle that, right, and I don't want to.
And Amy, Amy's saying,
yeah, she's, and I agree with Amy. The way things are now with our Gen Zers and technology.
Oh yeah, I don't have to do this shit.
Well, and there's so many other platforms and ways to keep your name relevant by doing things. Making your own stuff, that she can do whatever she wants, and hopefully, keep people watching the stuff she wants them to be watching.
Right.
And hopefully we'll get some sort of backing or the right project that she feels happy with doing.
Right. Exactly. 100%. Yeah. And that's why I say support her on, if you like that content, the gaming content and all that, that's what, if you want to support her and in her future projects, so I look forward to seeing because she seems like such a nice person, and I'm hoping that it works out for her in the future. Let's see. Oh, that was something I wanted to introduce to the channel. I'll wait for tabs. I won't do it now. We got a new rating system that we have for the channel now. Where when we rate things on a scale from 1 to 5, like 1 out of 5 a rating. But instead of giving it a rating like a 1 out of 5 stars or 1 out of 1 numbers rating, we have a little catchphrase on the channel where we everything we say is because ever since Tabitha started saying for me. So now whenever we rate things, we're gonna give it a 1 out of 5 for me. So for me, this story, my support for her is and my hopes for her. Obviously, 5 out of 5. That's my for me rating. But Tab's not here. She fell sick, so she's not here tonight. But we'll introduce the for me rating. We'll introduce it more next week when she comes back. Let's move on to the next topic. So guys, thanks for watching the rundown. Remember to like and subscribe. This really does help us out. Think about becoming a member and support us on our Patreon. And if you have any of your questions, your comments, concerns, send it to us on social media. We really love getting those messages and answering them live on the show. And if you want more, you can click, I think I should point this way. Click here or here for more videos.